Hello, hello, hello. It has been a little while since I've come on and done a live here, but it's been a bit of an adventure, and out of the adventure has come some clarity and some peace, and I just wanted to share it with you really. More to the aim to, if you're going through some challenges of your own right now, to recognise that through those challenges there is it will pass, that idea that it too will pass, and there is peace and clarity and calmness on the other side of it. And that's been my experience. So after a couple of having sort of October, the end of October and November, having wonderful holidays, having friends round, just really enjoying myself. Too much probably coffee and cake, a little bit of alcohol here and there. I was having a great time. And then on Tuesday, I went Toastmasters, I went to Godiva Speakers, and I could feel I'd got a bit of a cold coming on. Now I'm somebody, though I don't walk very well, though I have some bladder issues, for the last 8 years I've hardly got sick. And I talk about that a lot. Well, I can't walk very well, but I don't get sick. I'm not ill. I don't get ill. And this has been the second bout of flu. I don't know what it is, but some sort of flu virus that came and got me in 2 months. I think I had one, I don't know, it was probably about a good 2 months ago, and it totally floored me, whereas I got on the floor and I didn't have the physical strength to get up. So what this flu virus does for me, it gives me a flare up as well. So my legs become, at the moment, they feel like they're super heavy and they're weighted to the ground. That's where my mobility challenges really come from. And getting quite warm now. I'm just going to strip off a bit, sorry. And that's what happened before, and I was literally stuck on the floor and couldn't get up, and my brother had to come over and rescue me, which I was very grateful for. But within a day my strength had returned, the flu had disappeared, and I thought that was over quick. Well, Tuesday just gone, I had that same feeling coming in, you know, when you get the bit of a sniffles, little bit aches and pains, that something's coming in to get you. Something was coming in to get me. It was another flu type thing. And by the time I came back from Godiva Speakers on Tuesday night, I could barely lift my legs up. Now, what had also happened that week, my son was away. Zach was off in Amsterdam for a couple of days. My friend Jo had been staying. She stayed till Monday. So Monday night, there was nobody else in the house other than myself and Sophie. And Sophie was up between 10:30 and 3:30 in the morning. Must have been about every 30 to 50 minutes, in, out, in, out, in, out. And I was just done with it. So in the end, I dragged myself upstairs and got into Zach's bed. And she came up with me, settled into Zach's bed and just fell asleep. So my plan was already that on Tuesday I was going to sleep in Zach's bedroom, because Zach wasn't back until Wednesday. So when I came back from Godiva's, I managed just about to drag my heavy legs up the stairs and get into Zach's bed and have a reasonable night's sleep. However, when it came to getting up in the morning, that was a bit more challenging. I could get out of the bed, and probably a little bit of an overshare, but let's get real. This is like I'd brought up a plastic tub to pee in, so I didn't have to walk all the way to the toilet, because say all the way, the toilet's next door, but when your legs can't lift off the floor, that's like a mighty mountain to climb. So I brought a little pot that I could just kneel over and pee in. So I managed to get on the pot, put the lid on the pot, but then I really, really struggled getting back into bed again. I thought at one point I was not going to be able to do it, but with a bit of can-do attitude and a bit of Herculean effort, and just thank God I've got a strong upper body strength, I got up into bed. And But before I got into bed, I spoke to my boyfriend, who gave me a little bit of support, who wasn't able to come and help me because he hasn't got a car. And then also my brother, who came over and said, look, I'll come and make you a drink and whatever. So he came over and made me a drink, bless him, fed the dog. And I fell back to sleep again and he went off to work. My mum turned up 3 hours later, only to discover that my wonderful brother had come in and refilled the kettle for me. And I've got a water filter, which means the water comes out a lot slower out of the water filter. So he'd propped the kettle under the water filter while he was doing something else and probably forgot about it. So that kettle had been filling for the last 3 hours, and it filled up over the sides, all over the kitchen. And when my mum came in, she said the whole of the downstairs was flooded. So I was upstairs. My poor mum was left to mop up the best that she could my kitchen and my hallway. And I just had to let it go because there was nothing that I could do. I mean, me going downstairs would have been really difficult and probably not very helpful at all. So I just had to let it go. What was the state of the place? What was ruined? What wasn't ruined? It's, when you're feeling that bad, it's nothing matters quite as much. And then when Zach came home, he wanted his bed back. So I was going to move into Joel's room because I didn't want to move back downstairs again because Sophie just keeps wanting to come in and out of the back door, and I didn't have the strength to get up and let her in and out, and she disturbs me. So I thought if I stay upstairs, then I would be more relaxed. We've got a spare bedroom. The bed is a little bit high for me to get on and off. So I asked Zach to get an inflatable mattress from the cupboard under the stairs, which he did, and then discovered that the cupboard under the stairs was an absolute lake as well. So he emptied the cupboard under the stairs, which is now going on here. So you can see sort of the chaos that's going on. So this is all the stuff from the cupboard under the stairs. I've got behind me the carpets that were in the cupboard under the stairs that we're now trying to dry out. And yeah, the place is a bit of a tip. I'm back downstairs again. So yeah, anyway, it was just like I don't know, it's like a quite often I feel like my life's a bit of I'm in a farcical comedy. You have to look at it like that, because if you didn't, it'd be some sort of tragedy, and I don't want to be in a tragedy. I prefer to be in a comedy any day. So I just let it all go. And while the floor's a little bit bobbly now because I've got a laminate floor on there, it's okay. It's not too bad. We're managing to dry out the cupboard under the stairs. It's taking a little bit longer than I would have liked. But I stayed upstairs for the next day. I didn't get out of bed. I did intend to see if I could get out and just go out on the scooter with Sophie just to get me some fresh air on Thursday. But I didn't have the strength. And yesterday I was meant to be at the Toastmasters Christmas party, and I cancelled that as well, which has to be a big thing for me to cancel a party. But while I was feeling a bit better yesterday, I still didn't have the strength to get anywhere. And what also this has done, as well as drain all the strength out of my body, my bladder's gone into super overactiveness. So I've got the wonder of these super size nappy pads. And then I've also got this urinal-y thing that I can pee in at any time. I've got pots to piss in all over the place. It's the joy and the glamour, if you like, of being me. And I just want to share it with you, just to say that what I'm doing with my practices is working. Because while physically I'm struggling as much as I've ever struggled, if not more so, mentally emotionally, and more than that, spiritually, I feel stronger than ever. And that is definitely to be celebrated. And it, we all go through challenges. Life never happens as we plan it. And I think the more we try and plan it, the less it sort of works out that way. But what I've discovered in all this, look what we found. Look, I've got some branded mugs that we found under the stairs. I had 2 of them for a photo shoot years and years and years ago, and I've never used them. So now I can use a Gina Jellison branded mug, which is really nice. And I discovered boundary in myself as well with regarding to, my gorgeous youngest son smoking in the house and me sleeping in his room and thinking, this isn't what I want. So I've re-established my boundaries and said no. So from today, no more smoke in the house. And I had a bit of pushback, obviously, but I don't know, it's the early days. It's only the first day and he hasn't even woke up yet. So, but I feel strong in my boundary. Hello, Tanya. I feel strong in my boundary, which is good. And I don't want to be living in a smoked house. And also, I'm doing a lot to detoxify myself and to detoxify Sophie, and having passive smoking, and it just stays, doesn't it? The smell of smoke. It's not very nice. So that's gone now as well. So even though I didn't get to go to my Toastmasters Christmas party, and oh, hi Rodney, even though I didn't get to go to my Toastmasters Christmas party, and even though I've filled so many pea pots, it's embarrassing, I feel really grateful that I've come out the other side of it, because something else as well, even though I was full of flu, you get that achy body, I had the cold symptoms, but they weren't full. Well, they were full on for a little while. So I just got, you know what it's like, headache. You couldn't breathe through your nose. You could, everything's. I mean, the first day I just slept. Really, the second day, I did watch a movie, I think, but just really chilled out. I didn't eat very much. I drank whatever I could get people to make for me. But I didn't take any medication. And you know that, like, I'd prefer not to take medication. And there was part of me when my aches and pains, I think, just take some paracetamol, Gina. But I didn't. I thought, right, no, if it gets too bad, then I can. But I'll just do what I would suggest to anybody else. I'd lean into the pain, surrender to it, give myself rest, plenty of fluid, and come out the other side. And here I am on Sunday, less than a week later. I've still got a bit of snot in my nose, and I've still got a bit of a tickle in my throat. But I feel really good. And I didn't have to resort to taking loads and loads of medication. We don't. Our bodies can and will fight off infection. That's what they do. And I think the more we try or stop trusting them and thinking they need things to help them, when all our bodies really need is rest. Because we live in a world now that is so super busy and noisy all over the place. And we're totally surrounded by screens and information. And even when I was switching off, I was still listening to stuff. So it was not all the time, but some of the time. So even then, it's quite difficult to close down totally. But I did more of it. And so what I'm saying to you is that when you're in pain and when things seem to be going wrong, then it is a transient thing, and you will learn from it and you will grow from it if you assume and accept that actually there's something in there to learn and grow from, and just trust the lesson. I did a lot of praying as well. Now I'm not a religious person at all, but if you've been listening to me at all, you know I've been developing a spiritual connection and discovering what that is. And yeah, this experience just seems to have brought me closer to that. I feel more connected and clear that I'm on the right path, which feels good, So I will just end by saying that actually, if you or anybody else that you know would like to feel better and have a session with me, I'm doing a little Christmas offer. So what these days, what do people buy people for Christmas? It's like, yeah, everyone has so much stuff, and you can buy products that you put on your body that are probably full of chemicals, and you can buy chocolates that aren't really very good for your body, or alcohol, which aren't really very good for your body. In fact, a lot of the gifts that we give as to our loved ones don't really do them any good. So if you would like to give your loved one a gift that is going to do them some good and help them feel better, not only in that moment, but give them some tools to move forward in their life and to help them feel better going forward, then book in a session with me. And I'm going to do them at a reduced price, because it's still Black Friday, isn't it? Whatever Black Friday really means. It's just like, yeah, let's put it in there. So I'm offering a one session with Gina for £66, and I'm going to see if I can sort out the tech of that today. But if anybody listens to this and thinks, yes, please, I want that, just send me a message or comment on this. In fact, send me a message, because then I'll definitely see it. And I'll sort it out for you. I think that's it. I think the sun is coming up. The dog's trying to get in. And I'm a bit sweaty, so I think I'm going to have a shower. Anyway, thank you for being here. I hope you guys are well. Hi, Rod. Hi, Tanya. I haven't spoken to either of you for ages, so I hope you're really well. And yeah, I will look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. See you later.